I believe happiness is radical.
A lot of my work is centered around identity and emphasizing joy in a world that can often be cruel. Being Asian and transgender in the US, people often decide what my experience looks like, conveniently villainized by media, legislation, and politics.
But people of color and queer people know this.
We live with it every day and get frustrating feedback that we will never belong or our rights can be easily taken. As a designer, I wanted products that knew how to celebrate these intersections of my identity I spent years rejecting while trying to be normative and white enough for my peers.
I never saw it, so now I make it.
I was born and raised in a predominantly white New York suburb, so one of the places I feel most at home is in Chinatown. Since I was 5, my family would drive down to the city, get haircuts on Pell Street, and buy wonton noodle soup. I was never taught Cantonese, but I know the love and memories behind every dish and pastry.
Food transcends language.
It's why I'm so drawn to it and even made a jewelry line with ingredients and packaging design nostalgic to my childhood. It's something I would have been too afraid to wear before that I can now use to start conversations, excited to share the beauty of my identity.
My work is about capturing that feeling of excitement, celebrating who you are.
That celebration doesn't come from ignorance that your problems will go away, but rather an understanding that holding on to what makes life worthwhile creates grounds to fight for changing systems around us. Being trans in particular is seen as some kind of life sentence.
But the problems we face don't negate the fact that we need respect and healthcare.
In my current project, I'm creating surgical pillows for transgender top surgery patients. The pillow is this cheerful dinosaur that supports the person as they navigate healing and the post-op depression common after major surgery. I plan on interviewing and testing with those who have had top surgery about their recovery process, inspired by my research questioning more than 25 transgender and non-binary students about their experiences with gender.
Healthcare should be humanized. It's for everyone.
In our political climate, I choose to fight for the best parts of life that I've been privileged enough to experience. New York is where I was able to get healthcare when I turned 18 to medically transition, where I formed my family by blood and by choice. My ability to have access to rights concerning my body and autonomy or to speak up about queer rights in my hometown.
This isn't something I take for granted.
Being a designer fortunate enough to get an education and access to meet so many different types of people means designing for those who are often left on the sidelines. It's to make New York better for the people living here and to fight for the rights and radical joy of those beyond it with the resources and energy not all are afforded.
Regardless of who you are, you deserve happiness. And if we as people can't find a tangible sense of hope, I believe that we will eventually create it.